friends, what's going on? This is Andy coming to you again from my Daily Funk Club headquarters, and we're just getting set up, actually getting ready to have a rehearsal here tomorrow for a big show we've got going on Saturday. But I wanted to make a little video for you and show you this instrument that I just picked up and tell you a little bit about it. This is a 1979 Yamaha BB1000 model, and it's a really well-made instrument. You know, during that era, it's, 77 through 80, 81, a lot of the big American companies were transitioning. They were trying to figure out how they were going to manufacture over in Asia and how they could, the times were changing and they needed to cut costs and raise profits, and a lot of the big companies, the quality went down during that period of time. But Yamaha in Japan was doing fantastic at that time, and they had the right business model, and they they always kind of had a high quality standard to their instruments, and still do. But this one is a gem from that era. Sunburst finish, obviously, and it's a nice lightweight Alder body. It has this cool pickguard on it. It's got a cool, shape to it. One passive P-bass pickup that's reversed, so it's got the reverse P on it. It's got a high mass bridge, Yamaha high mass bridge. It's got this beautiful figured fingerboard, and I think the jury's out on it. I don't know the specs. I don't have a spec sheet on this instrument, but we're all kind of going with the fact that we think it might be something like Macassar ebony as opposed to rosewood. But it's a super figured figured fingerboard, very beautiful if you look at it up close. It's got a great maple neck. These Yamaha tuners are really smooth action. They can have problems, so you have to be careful because the tops can start to get loose and floppy. And this has got one floppy top, and that's the only issue with this bass. But it doesn't flop enough to cause vibration to annoy me and drive me crazy. But I think eventually it will, because that's what they do. That's what those Yamaha tuners do. But they sure tune nice, and they spin so nice. It's such a great design. But over time, the tops, they don't have a screw in there to tighten them up, so they get floppy. And I don't know what the solution is for fixing that. But anyhow, this is an instrument that I got for, really inexpensive, based on the quality of what it is, and it sounds fantastic. That was with the tone at about 90%. Here's the tone all the way. Is that loud enough? Roll the tone back to about halfway. I think I like it best at about 90% on the tone. Cool. 1979 Yamaha BB1000. It's a great affordable instrument. You can find these in the used market if you poke around. The Sunburst one's a little bit harder to find. You'll see a lot of natural ones and a lot of brown ones. And you'll definitely see a lot from the early 80s, early mid 80s, like the BB400s and stuff like that. But the BB1000 is a little bit harder to find, but definitely worth searching for. Particularly this one I like a lot because it's passive. It has the reverse P, and you know, the electronics of the active electronics of the early 80s were kind of, but the passive ones really kind of did a great job. And, you know, for all intents and purposes, it's like a killer P-bass, you know. It's a Yamaha version of a P-bass done really, really well. And, you know, you can find these for $400, $500, $700, and it's a hell of a good instrument for that kind of money. So, hey, you know, if you're looking around, if you're doing your bass shopping, you know, and poking around on all the usual places, you know, eBay and Reverb and all different places where vintage instruments are sold, keep an eye out for the Yamaha BB1000 or the neck through BB2000. Those get about $400 or $500 more than the bolt-on. You know, they're pulling about $1,100 bucks, $1,000, $900 to $1,100 for the BB2000s. But these BB1000s you can still get between like $500 and $750, let's say. All right, friends, rock on.